Hey everybody, Chris Whitehurst, getting ready to give you guys a rundown of the check-in procedures for Monday morning band camp. Very important that you pay attention to the procedures. We're at the front of the building. This is where the woodwinds and the brasses are going to check in. Once we get through this, I'm going to kind of go through each little step and procedure so you know exactly what to do. It's very important that you pay attention to instructions. At 9:55 on Monday morning, woodwinds will need to come into the cafeteria. I'm going to show you where to go. Brass players stay in your car until 10:10 or until you're called, and then we'll go from there. Okay, once you're inside the cafeteria, I'm going to give you an acclimation of where we are right now. Once you get inside the cafeteria, I want you guys to move this direction. Notice that the chairs and the tables are about 6 feet apart. So every person should stand at one of these cracks in the table, and it'll help life. So the first person will need to go all the way to the end, and then the next person will line up at each one of the individual cracks here in the table. That'll keep us all our nice social distancing. Everything you're going to need is going to be, or needs to be with you at this point, where we don't have any time to go back. You're not going to be able to go in the band room, so travel light. Once we get to this point and it's time for the next group, you guys will go this direction and line up in this little alleyway using the same tables across the way, so that you're social distancing yourself. Once you get inside the cafeteria, there will be a band parent or myself sitting at this table, and we'll ask you a series of questions. After we ask you the series of questions, you're going to take your instruments and your equipment that you're going to need for practice, and you're going to head back out the same door you came. And then you'll head over to the practice field, or the practice area, which I'm getting ready to show you where that is in just a second. Brass players, after the woodwinds exit, you'll come in and you'll follow the same procedures of lining yourself up here. And there, be asked a series of questions, and then you'll head yourself right back out this door. And then I'm going to now show you guys where I want you to stand at for the rehearsal. While I'm heading out to show you where the woodwinds and the brasses are going to be hanging out at for rehearsal, I thought this might be a good opportunity. It is about 3 o'clock when I'm recording this. As you can see, the sun is beating down on my forehead pretty bad. I know you can see that glare. And so what I want to make sure you guys are doing is bring that water, bring a hat, everything you're going to need for rehearsal. Remember, we're not going to be able to go inside the school for any reason at all, and so we're gonna have to plan accordingly. Travel light. If you've got a wire music stand, you're gonna need to bring it. We cannot bring the music stands in from outside, nor can you share a music stand. So make sure you're bringing your own stand. I'm gonna show you exactly where I want you to stand for rehearsal here in just a second. Okay, for the purpose of our summer rehearsals for a while, we're gonna call this the brass tree. Should be plenty of space for you guys to get in here and spread out. This will give us a nice shaded area. As you can see, it's about 3:30 in the afternoon right now, and there's plenty of shade. So this will be where the bulk of our music rehearsals will happen at. If you guys would, if you'll just circle yourselves around the tree, make one big circle. The place that I'm standing right now has got the highest clearance, so we want to make sure we save this space specifically for the sousaphones. All right, let's head over and look at the woodwind. Okay, woodwinds, as you can see, same thing. Shades, make sure we're staying 6 feet apart while we're underneath of this. Should be plenty of room. You guys aren't going to be able to make a nice, pretty, even circle, but you can make a nice long oblong circle heading that direction. Again, circling around the tree and taking full advantage of all the shade. There's also some shade up against that. Same thing, make sure you're bringing your own music stand. Can't share any of that stuff. Bring your water bottle, bring a hat, because it is kind of warm out here. Anytime the brass players or the woodwinds are transitioning to the parking lot for rehearsals, you're going to go around this end of the building to get yourself to the parking lot. Staff will possibly be using this parking lot as well Anytime that we need to do some basic marching and maneuvering, we use that. And then of course you can see further over is the band practice field. Let's go talk about how the brass or the woodwind, percussion and guard are going to. Okay, percussion and guard will will do their check-in procedures at the rear of the school. At 9:55, percussion will go to where the cones are now. Cones are spread out about 6 feet apart. You'll go to those spots. Should we have more people, obviously we can stretch ourselves off along and then line yourself up with each one of those individual poles. You'll be asked a series of questions, and then you will exit that direction. I'll show you where you're going in just a second. And then guards, you will come. Again, you guys will need to park in this back area over here. Guard, you'll come up, do the same thing. Line yourself up on the cones here, maintaining 6 feet of distance at all times. You'll be asked a series of questions. You have your temperature taken as you line up. Make sure that you're not above that magic number. Get your series of questions, and then you'll head on. Percussion will need to come around this direction, picking up your percussion equipment. It'll be outside waiting for you. Guard, you can just continue in that direction. Guard, to give you guys some shade, you're going to be up. I don't know if you can see my finger. I can't see a whole lot right now. Guard, you're going to be over in that tree area in that back corner. You get a little bit of shade here in the morning. Afternoon sessions are going to be way hotter, but that's where you guys will be. Hydrate frequently. Percussion, when you get here, you'll come around this way. Battery percussion will be in the carts, and the mallet percussion will be rolled out. And percussion, you're going to your normal little area way back over in the corner. My suggestion would be to push the battery percussion further over so the front ensemble has a place to go, and that's kind of where you guys are going to be. All right, and I'll wrap up the video while I'm sitting here in the band room. We'll have all the equipment waiting for you guys. If you haven't yet picked up your instrument or equipment, make sure you shoot me a message. Let me know so I can have it waiting for you at your area. Again, once you guys come in, you'll have your temperature checked, and then ask a series of questions. At that point, you'll be released to your rehearsal. First thing on Monday morning, you'll go to your individual sections, start rehearsing. I'll make my way around, and so I get a chance to talk with everybody. I'm kind of excited about getting a chance to see everybody and chatting with you a little bit. Make sure you're bringing, let me go over my checklist here. Make sure you're bringing your 16 ounces of 64 ounces of water. Make sure you're bringing a hat. Travel light. There's no access to the building, so you can't put your stuff inside. Make sure you have your medical form and your COVID-19 form filled out. That has to be turned in before you get here. If you need music, make sure you let us know so we can have copies made readily available. The band room will be 100% off limits to all students. So make sure you don't think you're going to walk back in the band room to grab something. There's nothing in here for you. So everything will have to be outside. Again, if you have any questions, you can shoot me a message. If you need some equipment specifically, make sure you let me know so that I can have that ready for you. And one last thing for the parents, there is some concerns in dealing with the heat. Looks like we're going to have a little bit longer time to go before our football season starts. September 1st is their first football practice, so that means the football games might be pushed a little bit later. If that's the case, looks like we're probably not going to do a whole lot of drill marching this week. So there is some talk amongst the band staff and school administration about maybe moving rehearsals to 9 to 12 through band camp. We'll talk about that. I'll send out a message and see if that's going to mess anybody's plans up drastically. Obviously, we have to be flexible. We're trying to hit a moving target. If you have any questions at all, let me know so I can get you information before Monday morning. 9:55 for the woodwinds, 10:10 for the brass in front of the building, 9:55 for the percussion section in the back of the building, 10:10 for the visual ensemble. Stay out of the building, travel light, bring everything you need. If you have any questions, let me know. See you guys on Monday.